Welcome to Padel Smash Academy.
And we are all things paddle. Here we go again, everyone. Welcome to another delightful and exciting podcast from Padel Smash Academy. Today, we're excited to have another beautiful racket brand and a paddle sports brand called J. Haber, originally from Spain. And here we have Jaime Fernandez, the representative for the United States of America, representing the brand. Welcome, Jaime.
Thank you, guys. Thank you a lot for inviting me to this amazing podcast. You guys, first of all, are doing amazing. I watch the podcast, I follow you guys, and I want to congratulate you because I think you guys were the first one in the United States and Miami to create this type of podcast that is going to get us all addicted.
Thank you very much. So let's get one thing straight. How do you pronounce the name? Is there multiple ways you can pronounce it, or is there just one way and that's the way you
I will say it's one way, but it's true that Spanish people tend to pronounce the J very J, very hard, but J. Haber, it's funny, you guys probably know Luis. Luis said like, oh no, from now on, we're going to call it J. Jaime because you are the first to introduce this brand here in the US. So J. Haber, J. Haber, at the end of the day, I think it's an easy name for everybody. And it's a brand that is being established since they just turned 50 years old actually last year and doing paddle 20 years. So
it's been on the market quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a recognized brand, especially in Spain and in Europe. And I'm pretty happy that they give me the exclusivity to sell their products and their brand in the US.
So now we know that J. Haber is really big in Europe, you know. Mm-hmm. So when did they enter the US market?
They entered actually through us, through my sister and I. My sister is the connection in Spain, and through me basically a couple of years ago, in June of 2021. So 2 years.
So that's fair. It's a fairly new company in the US market.
In the US, yeah.
So what do you guys? What products do you guys have? Do you guys just have stuff for paddle, or just pretty much everything?
Well, it's pretty much everything. For now, what I did is I brought the majority of the clothing of paddle, which is the trending. But of course, I have a lot of winter clothes that I didn't even bring because Miami people they don't even use.
Right.
But it's good. We have a lot of clothing from foot to head. Like we have from shoes, as you can see, sneakers, whatever they want to call it. Then palas, we have shorts, we have jerseys. We have two types of jerseys, more professional and more basic ones. And at the end of the day, it's all about sport clothing.
And the brand started as a paddle brand?
It started 50 years ago as a normal sports brand. So
overall sport, not a specific sport?
Focus more in shoes, in athletic shoes. But with the years, they develop their brand into the paddle. Yeah. But yeah, as a fun fact, I think it was the official clothing of the Spanish national team in the Olympics of Atlanta 96.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wow. So so it basically evolves similar to many other brands that Wilson that they're involved in different sports. So their main involvement was just running or soccer or football or
they focus most likely in racket sports. Tennis, they have a lot of clothing, and paddle. That's their main goal as of today.
So let me ask you, where would J. Haber fit when it comes to all the brands? You're talking about Adidas, Nike, Puma, all that. Where would they fit?
Well, it's a medium brand, of course, because they cannot compete with all those huge brands in terms of the money that they spend in marketing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's more like kind of like local. And that's why in Spain, they make their name big because everybody, when you're a kid, you have your first Haber shoes.
Oh, really?
Because it's kind of like one of the most affordable shoes when you were a kid. And when you don't know what you want, your parents are like, oh, you're wearing this.
Right.
How much is this? $20? Perfect.
Oh, compared to, let's say, $100 Nike.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But with the years, they developed the paddle brand. And as of right now, the paddle brand is not that much affordable. It's true that the rackets and everything are very expensive, but the expensive is what you pay because the quality is very
right,
good.
and R&D and stuff like that. So now let's go back a little bit. How did you get involved with Jota Hyber?
I got involved thanks to my sister. She had a very good point of contact, and basically they gave us the opportunity to represent this brand here. They heard that they were having somebody in Panama, but they didn't tell me exactly who it was. So we offer ourselves to start, putting this brand here in the US. And they say, here is the exclusivity. Go ahead, start developing this brand here, and we will support you from Spain.
Wow, that's amazing. So you have exclusivity through the whole US or just Florida market?
The whole US. The only thing is it's tough for me to promote this brand. And one of the reasons that I came is so if you guys can help me a little bit to promote the brand through other clubs in the US, because I know basically at this point we're opening a club in the US every month, which is amazing for our fans also. and that's one of my main goals. Like, it's a brand that not only provides the rackets, it provides shoes, it provides clothing, raqueteros, the paddle bags, thermal bags. So at the end of the day, I mean, if any club is interested, it will be good because they will have the entire line to promote it in their stores or in their local clubs.
Great. So now let's talk a little bit about the rackets. They look fantastic. I mean, the design looks. We haven't tried them out, and we're gonna be doing a review pretty much sooner. We're gonna try all the different rackets, and we're gonna do an honest review for everyone. The rackets, they look fantastic. How many frames do you have here in the United States? I mean, how many model frames? Difference?
We have actually 3. This one, as you can see, they call it the
teardrop.
Teardrop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is called the Veneno. Veneno, was that a 0 or?
No, Veneno. That's Veneno. The name.
Which means venom, and it's a 12K.
12K, and it provides a lot of power.
Is this a firm foam or is it soft, medium foam?
It's like medium soft,
right?
I would say, and basically they are 38 millimeters, and it provides a lot of power, and at the same time provide also like very good control.
Okay.
What will be your number one selling racket right now?
Right now, the number one, it will be the Blaster, which is this one right here.
Okay, so this is more like a round one?
Round.
Yeah, it's a little bit more round.
They look very solid, honestly.
So what are the characteristics to this? Is this also carbon or is this...
It's carbon. It's 100% carbon.
Yeah.
This one is mix of fiber carbon with carbon. But yeah, they are 12K too, at 38 millimeters. And at the end of the day, I mean, they're very good. I mean,
is this a firm to medium foam?
Foam, yeah.
Medium, yeah.
Good.
And do you play with it? Which one do you play with?
I'm actually playing with this one.
Okay.
I really like it because
it's a round one, yeah.
I feel like I always try to smash and I go very hard. And this one gives me more control, especially when I receive the ball. I'm able to control it more versus these other two. When they hit me a hard ball, usually it bounces too hard that it goes to the glass.
So you're saying
this one gives me way more control, more stability, more softer.
Comes in and waits a little more in the center, right?
Yeah.
If may I say something to that, I mean, I've seen him, Jaime, play last weekend. He's truly an outstanding paddle player.
Wow.
I don't know if we can give credit to the racket or to the player, but I think he was killing that ball, hitting by 3 and by 4. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a great player, Jaime is your choice to go.
Wow.
I'm right there. I try to be in the advanced. Sometimes people tell me, don't go too fast, you're intermediate plus. I love that they create here this intermediate plus. Because I feel it's for people that they want to be advanced,
like
but they're not ready.
They're right between
so
there.
They feel like you're intermediate plus. It sounds like, okay, perfect.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Do you guys have any brick and mortar stores here? Or is it just all online?
It's all through me, through online. We, of course, are working with a couple of clubs. Pepper Padel, for example, they helped me at the beginning a lot, promoting their brand this brand at their club. I know they're working right now in getting a bigger club because they only have 2 courts. But I've been trying with other clubs. They help me out, especially because we have something that other brands don't have, which is allowing people to try with a test racket for a week, a month, whatever you need. Just contact me, and I have no problem to borrow you one of our 4 tests that we have. That way you see which one you like more. And that's how I've been selling it, basically.
So let me ask you to that. So that's a very good point. So now let's say someone wants to try this racket. How do they get in contact with you, or how do they go and try this?
You can contact me either through my personal phone number or through the J. Hyber USA, Hyber Padel USA, which you guys gonna see it on Instagram. I only work with one social media, which is Instagram, because it's the one that I noticed through another podcast that I have that is helping me more, And at the end of the day, sometimes we even have people that they contact directly J. Hyber, and they contact us to tell us, no, hey, you have a person.
You bring the racket to them, or how's that work?
I usually bring the racket to them.
Okay, but they have to be located in Miami, obviously.
Yeah, located in Miami. I have another person that is in, I think he's in Pittsburgh, that he opened a paddle club, and he actually got in contact with the brand. So we directly support. I mean, we send it from here, from Miami.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. So what's the goal with J. Hyber here in the U.S., and what support do they give you when it comes to trying to give this brand some exposure here? Because I can see this brand has a lot of history, has a legacy, but I think here in Miami and Florida, or generally in the U.S., I'm not sure if the consumer's seeing that.
That's the thing. I mean, what I feel is I need more support in terms of money. Because at the end of the day, to promote these type of brands that are new in the US, you need money. Money, when I mean money, is for example, if they give me a budget to start promoting in every single tournament that the NPL do, or just the USPA, it will help me a lot to go to each tournament, not only play myself, bringing somebody with me and promoting it, because that will definitely help me. But I understand from their point of view, they're focused more in Europe. So it's a little bit difficult for them to give me just money to start promoting it here. That's why me and my sister, we decide to invest some money to start promoting this. So now, if they see the results in the future, most likely they will say, you know what, you guys been doing great. Here, I'm going to spend some money and start promoting this.
So what is your plan? What are your goals then to try to give this brand some exposure?
I gave myself 3 years, to be honest, to start realizing if people give me the feedback they like, people start buying more. And especially if I have a club that goes all the way with J. Hyber, it will help me out more, you know? So that's my goal. If I'm able to get at least a couple of clubs, not only in Miami, maybe in another state, that want to really have this brand, not as their only brand, because I think that's one of the mistakes that clubs are having here, that they go with one brand. And I feel the best thing is give the client the opportunity to try. And that's something that I provide. I provide, at least with the rackets, which is the most thing that you need to try on, the opportunity to try them to see if you really like them. So I think that's a good point.
Now, I believe you have a good footing here. I mean, these things look like really good quality items. So let me ask you a question. Where are these designed? Do they do a lot of R&D on this? And where are they made? The paddles.
The paddles, I mean, the basic frame and the paddle itself, I think they do it in China.
Yeah.
Well, I think no, they do it in China. But I know the final touch, they do it in Spain.
So how about the design and then R&D? Like, how much research and development do you guys put into creating, let's say, a new paddle?
Well, that exactly question, I'm not able to answer you, because I mean I'm not more in the technique side, more into the sales. But that's good. I will do my research for.
And
for
who uses this paddle? Anybody that we know? Any professionals use
Well, a couple of years ago, which is this one specifically, is from Agustin Gomez Ilingo,
okay.
which I mean is a very famous player in the World Padel Tour. He's especially using this year the shoes. They just promote the new shoes like a couple of weeks ago, and right now we have 2 players. The other one is.
So did they design this specifically for him? Did he put his input on creating this paddle?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And there is Pablo Rojas Tapia, which is a guy from Chile that he actually plays in the Europe tournament. And he's ranking 312, which is, I mean, is a very good ranking because he's not the top one, but he's making his way up.
Okay, great. And did he just use one of your paddles, or did he have any input on the design and creation of the paddle?
No, I think he just used the paddles.
Okay, gotcha.
I like to know here in the paddles. I mean, it's pretty interesting what not that many paddles. When you look at the specs, it tells you exactly how they're made. But here you guys are very specific. This is a 12K carbon, obviously. So which is a pretty good quality. Then you have the SE, which is a soft EVA, which most of the paddles, they don't tell you what kind of EVA you have in this paddle. And this one, the Cilingo, is the medium EVA. And also this is a 12K carbon layer. Interesting, for you to know, because every time I need to explain to someone, which one is a good paddle for me, I go into the specific, the 12, the 6, the 18K, and the soft, and the medium, and the hard. And they get too complicated. At least you guys are you're putting on the racket so everybody can understand what it is.
I think what it is, and I'm sure Julian, you as a coach, you talk to so many players, especially beginners or even intermediates that don't really understand how to choose a paddle, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
They sometimes will choose it based on recognition of the paddle or the looks. But I'm not sure if they really understand, each one has different characters and based on how they play,
Yeah.
And that's something that obviously you always help them out.
Yes. And I can tell what I tell everybody after I tell them explaining what are the difference and all that, try them out. Because every racket, you might like it, you might not like it.
That's what I say. We give the opportunity to try them out. And that's one of the benefits that helped me a lot to promote it here. As a matter of fact, this past week, I met somebody in the tournament at Wingwood, and I told him hey, do you want to try them out? Because I honestly saw him with the Wingwood one, and I saw him that he was very good. I'm like,
you should buy a paddle,
you should buy a paddle. And it's like, oh yeah, but I always forget. And here, take these 2, try them out, and give me your feedback. Especially because even if you buy it or not, it's good that you give me a feedback and you tell me, hey, I really like this one, or I like that one, because the way that I see them play, maybe I can promote it next time through people like him.
Right. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Where's the price point on these paddles?
Well, they started at the 300s.
Okay.
This one is 310. This one is actually 355, and the Veneno is 345.
Now, is there an entry paddle that you guys have?
We do have.
That's still good quality?
Yeah, I don't have it here. It's the Warrior one. The Warrior one is 260.
Is that a carbon fiber or not?
It's a carbon fiber.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
wow.
It's a carbon fiber. It's actually more rounded.
Okay.
The medium, the point, they have it in the medium, and I will say it's good. It's not the most basic one. The most basic one, I didn't bring it with me.
Okay.
Not because anything. It's just because I see that people here, they have money. So they like to spend money.
Something nice, yeah. So what would you say someone who doesn't have money, they're on a budget, what will be the good beginner's paddle, to buy? Do you guys have an entry-level one?
We have an entry-level one, which is the Warrior one.
Okay.
And that one is, I think, is $150.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that's very good.
I think do we have that one to review?
I don't have it with me right now, but I mean,
because we're always looking for wine, like the best wine at the lowest price, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of always looking for a paddle because some people are on a budget and they don't want to spend $300-$400, and some people do. But if they don't, then this is a good option for them.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
one thing that is good to mention to our viewers and listeners, it's we were just discussing earlier about the 12K. It's just for you guys to understand. There are two type of rackets here where they go. They're either carbon or fiberglass. Fiberglass, when you have to make a decision, is the lower quality rackets. Carbon is the higher quality rackets. And when you have the carbon, you have 3K, 6, 12, and 18K. And what that means is how many fibers of carbon you have intertwined in the racket right here. The 6 and 12 are the pretty much standard medium range. You don't have that many 18s, and you might have a few 3s, but the 12 is the medium range of carbon. So carbon always, for you guys to remember, is better quality rackets.
It's also the material is more expensive. That's usually
Yes.
why the paddle is going to be more expensive,
Yeah.
and also the carbon's a little bit more stiffer.
Yeah.
The regular fiberglass is going to flex more. It will break down a lot easier.
And the higher the carbon, the stiffer it is. The lower the carbon, the more flexible it is. And then also for you guys to understand the EVA of the foam that is inside. If you stick your finger right there, you will feel a foam. You have soft, medium, and hard. And that's what it means pretty much. I mean, the harder, the more control. The softer, the more gives. So the more power you get.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
It's funny that you mentioned about the carbon and the type of
The foam.
because the shoes that we have in front of us is carbon 3K, and they actually
So now
Again.
let's talk about the shoes.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
good.
really good reviews
Yes.
about that.
So they look beautiful.
Yeah,
I
they
love
look
them.
really cool.
I mean, I want to buy one.
Yeah, I will find your number. Don't worry.
Perfect.
So
I'm
no,
a
yeah,
43.
I will make sure to
So
find
what-
you a 43.
So is this the carbon fiber right
Yeah.
here? So is this just a support, right? The
Support, but it's
that's
good.
amazing. Yeah, that's really cool. So why don't you talk to me a little bit about it? Because that's really, Hota Hyber is really more started with shoes, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they started a long time ago, but they specialize now in shoes. And that proves us that, Agustin Gomez Ilingo, for example, he ended up getting another paddle racket, but he is still with the shoes. That says, at least for me, it
Yeah.
says a lot.
Yeah.
That he might say like, I've been playing 10 years with this type of shoes. I don't want to change at my age the type of shoes.
Right,
I'd rather
right.
play with these ones. And Jota Hyber is pretty happy to
So-
make his shoes every year.
So why don't you talk to us a little bit about this? Is this your top line shoe here, or do you have different types of
Are
models?
these the same model?
That's for women's and men's. And yeah, there are different styles, but most likely is one same model with different colors. And they are $110, which is a kind of affordable price.
I think so.
So yeah, I'm getting a lot of reviews.
This is the
they get a
Dominator.
very good grip.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it looks like it.
So why don't you talk
Look at the
about
bottom.
that? You see, a lot of people get confused about what this is meant for.
Yeah.
You see this, and what the difference is with paddle shoes versus tennis and other sports. So can you talk a little about that?
So basically, the grip, as we can see it here, the tennis tend to usually use a mix of this one with some circle ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So why? Because in paddle, at the end of the day, you don't slide that much. So you want as much grip as possible.
Okay.
As much solid as you can stay.
Okay.
Versus the other ones that they start making with circles that give you a little bit of a slide.
Right. And
in the move.
asphalt, you want to slide a little bit in tennis, right?
For example, yeah, and in paddle, I don't know you guys, but personally, I never slide. I seen guys doing it because they bring the tennis shoes
Right.
from tennis, but in general terms, if you see paddle players, they don't slide that much.
So you have this type of texture here, and this prevents from really slipping, right? When
Yeah,
you're grabbing
exactly.
the turf.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and you feel the grip there. I mean, I think they
and
look very
you
good.
can see here all the carbon fiber
carbon,
here,
yeah.
which
And
is
it's a 3K, right? For what I read.
3K
3K. That's
carbon.
interesting.
So yeah, it's really good, and again, I'm getting very good feedback.
Design is beautiful.
We know that here, just in general terms, in Miami, we have different type of courts. I mean, as you guys been playing in different courts, as you notice, some of them are faster.
Yeah.
So honestly, the feedback that I've been getting from some of the top players that we have here, that they are using our shoes, they are telling me that it works in all the type of surfaces.
I gotta say the design looks great.
Yeah,
I think a
nice.
good competitor to the
Right now I have 5 different designs, and they are all very Miami colors. They use the mix of fluor colors with. So I think that's been helping me a lot, because they told me, actually, do you want to take these ones? And they were like most black. And I'm saying, no, I think Miami likes this.
and for our viewers and listeners, if they want to purchase the shoes or they want to try them out, where can they go? Or?
I actually have them right now in stock here in Miami. But if they want a specific number that I don't have here, basically I order, and usually it takes.
So they got to go through you.
Yeah.
So you have a website that they can go to or anything?
I don't have a website. Again, J. Hyber has the website, and some people, what I tell you, like they've been trying to order it, and they give them my contact.
Gotcha.
It can work both ways, but I feel like through Instagram is where I've been doing my sales.
So do you have a warehouse here?
Kind of. My house is a warehouse.
The garage probably.
Yeah, my garage I have full of shoes.
Oh boy.
So Jaime, let me ask you one thing. Would you like to do any promotions, any discounts for our viewers and listeners?
Yeah, for the viewers and listeners, if you guys are interested in any merchandise, from the rackets, shoes, or any clothing, we're gonna do a 10% discount through you guys.
Fantastic.
Right,
So you just let me know, and we will.
We will put the details right below, and we can share. If you guys are interested, we're gonna put his contact information, your Instagram information, and for you to reach out to them and get some great paddles and shoes.
So what's the next step for you and J. Hyber?
Again, my next step, I would love to keep promoting this and get a club involved in J. Hyber. I think that will help me a lot, and it will make me happy to go to a club and see the majority of the people wearing the same brand. But I understand that the market is all about competition, and especially in paddle, there is so many brands. I think in one of your podcasts that I saw, there was one guy telling 100 brands, and I'm like, 100 brands, really? It might be. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you go to Amazon and you look for the cheapest paddle racket, there is a brand that I never heard in my life. I remember buying that for a very good friend that he was starting and trying, and it was only $60. But at least he played, he tried. Right. It's the same that is happening with the pickleball. Everybody wants to try it out, but nobody's gonna spend a lot of money in a pickleball racket because they don't know if they're gonna play more than 10 times. Right?
So how many clubs will you see J. Hyber in?
Well, in Spain, in Europe, you see it a lot. Here in the US, I've been trying with Padel Life, which is in Hallandale, with Pepper Paddle, and I've been working with other clubs, but not with the best luck. So
has that been difficult to work with clubs?
It is very difficult. Yeah. I feel the thing is, like, I found difficult the way to know who is really the person that takes the final decision maker.
Yeah. He's hidden really well usually.
Yeah, that is what I struggle the most, because they tell me, oh, it's this guy, and then it's this guy, and the next month, oh, he's not here, and then, oh, he's not in charge anymore. So I've been struggling a little bit with this. But again, at the end of the day, what I provide, other brands they don't, which is having 4 rackets or more rackets to try, to test them out, to give to your clients. And I think it will be easier.
Do you think it might be easier to go direct to consumer?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's something maybe you're gonna try this year?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Congratulations, guys, and keep doing this, because I think it's you guys are one of the keys to make the paddle grow in the US.
That's our mission, to make paddle growth here in the United States. That's exposure that we want to give to everyone, to have a voice to be reckoned with, and let's go paddle and let's make it grow.
And I want to thank you, Jaime, for coming on the show. Okay.
Thank you for
Padel
inviting
Smash
me.
Academy, and we wish you all the luck.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free $99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Padel Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.